Hey y'all. Okay. All right. Hey, what's up, y'all? Hey, hey, hey. Uh-oh. Dang. I hope it ain't copyright. Let me see. Okay. Hey, y'all. Happy Thursday. All right. Let's get into this read. Welcome back to my channel. This is Adana, also known as the Afrozine. And today I'm reading for the beautiful, handsome collective. Hello, 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 collective. Thank you so much for being here. You are truly appreciated. I truly appreciate your support, your commentary, your presence, the tips, the donations, the shares, all those great things. Before we get into the reading, of course, don't forget to grab this copy of this book here. It is called Wisdom Beyond Wounds. It is readily available for purchase on Amazon.com. I also have other publications that might pique your interest, also on Amazon.com. Once you type in the title, Wisdom Beyond Wounds, all of my other publications will also pop up as well, too. If you would like to join the Wisdom Beyond Wounds group that's on Facebook, that book is to help you to dive deeper surrounding who you can become or discover parts about yourself that maybe you're not even aware about, okay? And also, if you would like to join the workshop as well, that is a 4-week intensive workshop, more so one-on-one intimate setting. That information has been plastered all over my social media accounts. So again, those are the choices or the options that you currently have at your, at your whim, your leisure right now. So definitely make sure that you take advantage of all of the options that I do offer you guys here. Again, thank you so much for your immense support. Let's get into this read. Channel message here is Whispers of Wisdom. Okay, Whispers of Wisdom. So to them, that feels like a threat. The whispers of wisdom. And here's why. Of course, I'm going to break it down. So whispers of wisdom feels like a threat to them, but not guidance. Here's why. Because wisdom rarely arrives loud or in a loud setting. It shows up in subtle realizations. As I mentioned yesterday, life is very subtle. And if you are distracted by life, you're not going to be able to see the subtleties that surround you. So wisdom rarely arrives loudly. It shows up in subtle realizations, quiet clarity, small internal shifts, and that's exactly what terrifies them. The loud conflict is what they can fight, but quite a quiet insight they cannot control. So let's break this down further. Good morning, y'all. Influence that they can't track. So the whispers of wisdom is influence that they cannot track. If you learn something very silently or grow internally or shift your perception without announcing it, they lose their ability to steer your reactions. They depend on visible moves or movements, not inner awakenings, because if they don't know what you're doing quietly or silently, is going to make them crash out. If they don't have a physical evidence or physical facts of you doing something, it's going to make them very uneasy. So it exposes their tactics without confrontation. Whispers of wisdom. Wisdom doesn't always argue, it observes very quietly. When you simply see them clearly and stop reacting, They feel psychologically naked. Remember, they're playing a silent game with you, a mental game with you. They think their silence is supposed to equate or to correlate or more so connect or resonate to your silence, and that's not the case. Silence comes in many different ways, shape, or form, clearly, as I'm explaining here. Their silence is more so loud. Yours is more so profound with a lot of information, a lot of intel, or a lot of wisdom, okay? And that's what separates you from them. Whispers of wisdom removes their leverage. Their power lives in confusion, doubt, and emotional noise. Wisdom is calm, and calm makes manipulation slide off of you. Whispers of wisdom also signals you're evolving beyond their reach. So once you understand their patterns internally, even though it's silent, you can still break through their silence. Literally, figuratively, emotionally, physically, hell, financially too. You just have to know what you're doing, but it can be done, okay? So once you understand their patterns internally, they know they can't reset you back into the old role. So here's an example. A narcissist can handle you yelling, screaming, defending yourself, or even accusing them because conflict still keeps them inside of you. So they want you to keep thinking about them. They want you to eat, sleep, and breathe them. They want you to always be in your head about them. They want to re-victimize you every chance that they get. And the only way, or one of many ways that they can successfully re-victimize you, is if you're not able to heal from the situation. It is important to heal from the situation, because if you don't, then they have won. And that tells them that they have complete control over you psychologically. This is why people tend to stay in the same space within their mind for many years to come. This is why some individuals tend to not be able to get over it. And I say that respectfully, of course. This is why some individuals are not able to get over the situation, because they keep reliving the same thing over and over. And specifically for individuals like yourself here, when you went through a lot of traumatizing experiences surrounding an environment, they want to keep you in that space. They want to keep you stagnant, or they want to keep you still, or they want to run down your clock, your biological clock, or your biological time, because now you're sitting here thinking, when is justice going to come? Justice is going to come when you heal from the situation. That's a trigger, and that may trigger you, and that's okay. But that's the answer. You're going to get justice when you heal from this situation. If you don't heal from the situation, you won't receive justice. That may sound harsh. That may sound brash. But the reason being is because if you are stuck in the same cycle, the same psychological cycle, and it's a silent psychological battle, or however you want to call it, compound war, however way you want to see it, they want you to continuously, silently fighting yourself in regards to what they have done to you. This is how they're able to re-victimize you successfully. In order to get out of that loop, or in order for you to get off that hamster wheel, you have to release it and heal. And then you're going to see all the things that they try to keep you from moving forward. You're going to start to see your blessings come in, if that makes sense. So what destabilizes them is when you quietly change your behavior without explanation. You stop over-explaining. You stop seeking validation. You stop reacting to their BS. You're not fighting them. There's no speech. There's nothing to say. There's no announcements. It's just a subtle shift. Remember, life is subtle. Very, very subtle. So subtle to the point where you can miss the subtleties that surround you. That's why it's important to hone into your awareness. So to them, that silence feels like standing in the room where the walls are moving, but no one told them why. So now they're looking for an explanation from you. You see how the tables flip and turn? At one point in time, you were asking, why did this happen to me? Why would they do something like this to me? And those are all valid questions. Yes, I do agree with you. But it's only valid to a certain point in time or in life, because it keeps you in a standstill, and they know for a fact that you are awaiting an answer from them as to why they did this towards you. And they truly know why they did this towards you. They just don't want you to figure it out. And if you're not able to figure it out on your own, or more so heal from the circumstances that they place you in, well, this is how they have psychologically kept you in a space of a deficit of your mind. Does that make sense? So, to them, that silence feels like standing in a room where the walls are moving, but no one told them why. So the tables have flipped. That's the real whisper of wisdom. The moment they realize they lost psychological access to you. We cannot see things psychologically. We feel it or we sense it. It's a feeling or a sense. It's not a visual thing unless you have like X-ray vision and you can see into someone's mind, then yeah. But from this perspective, from this 3D perspective, we cannot see literally verbatim. We cannot see into a person's mind. This is why they feel so comfortable, and they also feel very successful in keeping people in a deficit in their mind psychologically, because yet again, it is a silent game, if that makes sense. So the moment that you realize, you won't realize it's a silent game unless you recognize or you are aware of the subtleties of the silent game that they try to play with you. That's the only way you're going to be able to get out of the situation. You have to reverse it right back onto them. What they push onto you, look at it from this perspective. What they project onto you is what they're doing, of course. But there's still parts that they don't realize that they're giving towards you to let you know who they truly are, i.e. their blueprint. And you're able to sit down and decipher what they're projecting onto you, and it's like, aha, that makes sense. If that makes sense. So again, Whispers of Wisdom, that's the title. Feels like a threat, not guidance. Wisdom rarely arrives loud. It shows up in subtle realizations, quiet clarity, small internal shifts, aha moments, enlightenment moments, and that's exactly what terrifies them. So the same game they want to play or use when it comes to silence is the same game that you can utilize with silence, but more so for you, not for them. You become silent to receive the messages. You become silent to receive the downloads from Spirit, God, Jesus, universe, however you guys do your thing here. They utilize silence to keep you stuck. They think that if you are stuck in silence, that you're going to be afraid of being in silence, and that's not always the case. They're scared or they're stuck in silence because they don't know how to get out of it, or they don't know how to utilize silence to their advantage in a positive way, if that makes sense. Yeah, moving forward, just block them. Don't time them out. Just, yeah, if anybody's acting weird and stank in the comments, they get one shot. We don't do 2, 3, 4 chances here. Just block them. That's it. Okay? Yeah. So, all right, let's dive deep into the cards. How y'all doing on this good Wednesday or Thursday? All right, let's see. This is why they feel so comfortable telling you no one would ever believe you. Clearly, because they're playing a silent game with you. So of course no one would believe what you're saying. There's no proof. There's no concrete proof. There's no factual evidence to support what they're doing towards you. That's why they keep doing it over and over and over, if that makes sense. But I'm here to tell you that the narcissistic individuals always throw subtleties towards you. You just have to understand or learn how to catch it. And when you catch that subtlety, you be like, oh, okay, huh. They're going to keep throwing it and throwing it. They're going to keep giving it to you because they think that they are protected by their silent games. And they're not. What happens eventually when their silent games are crushed or destroyed? It breaks their silence. And the collective, and I can't believe it. And people looking at them like, well, you got a lot to say about the collective. Whoa, yeah, and they, because you literally, figuratively, spiritually broke their silence in subtle ways. The dirty offer was the silent game. That was the dirty offer that they were giving to you, but you could not physically prove it. You may have could have emotionally proved it. Yeah, the karmic is treating me like ish. But when they go around other people, they're not getting that same side of them as you are with them, if that makes sense. They play both sides, or they play on both poles. They code switch. They code switch. And they specifically do this towards individuals that are very strong-minded. Weak-minded individuals that love to play psychological games, that like to play mental games, are always going to come up against a strong person that is strong-minded. Because a strong-minded person are going to ask questions. A strong-minded person may tend to probe. A strong-minded person is going to be inquisitive, like, something's not right. So you may ask them a question, you may say something towards them, and then they go completely silent or ghost. Now for you, at one point in stage or state in the time with all of this going on here, you took their silence as a form of, oh shit, did I do something wrong? Oh wow, did I say something wrong? Oh wow, I need to fix this situation. Oh wow, let me see if I can. And you tend to or try to overextend yourself or overcompensating yourself, not even realizing that they just place you in a silent mental game. It's a game of cat and mouse. You are not the mouse. Be the cat. You are not the mouse. Become the cat. Again, they don't have any rules to this mental game that they play. So since they want to incorporate you or include you in the game, you create the rules. And once you create the rules, destroy the game. They just put you in the game, just like, okay, yeah, all right, yeah, they'll never figure it out. So what happens if you figure it out? Flip the game on their back. Flip it. And that's what you did. So now they're assuming that you are the one that gave them a dirty offer because you played them at their own game. And they don't like that. Oh, well. They feel rejected by you. Yes. So you left them exactly where they need to be, in their silence. But because they can't handle their silence, it was broken. And because their silence was broken, baby, they can't stop talking about what you did to them. But clearly and evidently, they were the ones telling people that you're not to be trusted and you can't do this and you can't do that and da-da-da. And when the silent mental game, the silent psychological game was broken, people saw the true identity in regards to who they truly were. They destroyed themselves. It's important and it's very imperative to listen to the whispers of wisdom. Wisdom is not loud. A book is not loud. Silence is not loud. That's where you can obtain majority of your wisdom in either silence or maybe a book. And that's just few of many, of course. But those are the top two that you can actually gain insight into a situation or a scenario. And I highly, highly recommend you guys to learn, if you have not yet, to be okay with sitting in silence and learning and understanding what's coming to you, the subtleties. The answers are in the subtleties. The messages are in the subtleties. Life is subtle. That makes sense? All right, what else, Spirit? Someone's eating cotton candy, or you love cotton candy, or olives, kalamala. What's how you pronounce that? Kalamata, olives. However you pronounce it, child. Now they feel haunted by you for a couple reasons. They feel haunted by you for a couple of reasons. You're not playing the game, number one. Number two, you destroyed the game. And number three, because you destroyed the game, they fell out. They fell out of the game, or they fell out of the mirror. And sometimes mirrors can also be invisible as well. Sometimes the things that you see within a mirror is not really what is being shown. Sometimes the mirror can play tricks on you, just like perception. Sometimes the things that you see is really not what is there to be seen or shown. Something is placed there to thwart the way you perceive that particular situation or circumstance. And that's what they did here, silently. That's why when you went to the cops, or you went to other people and you try and you beg to get people to hear your side, they can't hear your side because you didn't have concrete proof or evidence surrounding what this person was doing to you. But you did in a way, if that makes sense, through the subtleties of their silence. Their silence spoke a lot or said a lot to you without them even realizing that they were giving you the free game. So if they run away and they leave you silent, or they run away and they become silent, it puts you in a space of confusion. That's normally what silence do. This is why a lot of people tend to give others silent treatment. And for me, if you're going to leave or disconnect from me and you go silent, I don't give a damn. To be honest, I'm grateful. Leave me alone and go the hell away. I don't care. Because that tells me there that if I say something to you and I trigger you and you run away and you become silent, then that tells me everything that I need to know. And I'm not going to chase after you. I'm not going to cry after you. I damn sure not going to beg behind you. Oh, I'm not doing any of that. Don't let the door hit you where it splits you, whatever the saying is. I don't give a damn, if that makes sense. And I mean what I say. Because again, this silent game is a game of cat and mouse. And you are not the mouse. You are the cat. So your silence registers to them as a form of a threat because they don't know what you're doing. Just like how at one point in time, you weren't aware as to what they were doing. But again, because of the subtleties they keep pushing onto you, you became aware despite them being in silence in regards to what they were doing towards you. And they can't handle that. So now they're like, how in the world did the collective figure me out? How did they realize that I was playing a silent game? That will fuck somebody up. You don't think so? Hell yeah, that will F somebody up. Someone that plays silent games and trying to incorporate you into their foolish silent game, yeah, it's going to F them up. Because now they're thinking, well, who you talking to? Who you around? Is anybody telling my business? These are things that now they're thinking about. And they're trying to figure you out in regards to how you beat their silent game. Let them figure it out in their silence that they can't stay still in. Checkmate. everybody becomes so obsessive over you because they can't figure you out. Well, don't play a fucking silent game with me then. Okay? Because you will never be able to figure me out. If you're going to play a silent game with me, baby, I'm going to ring you and drag you. I promise you. And I will have a big ass hearty laugh after everything is said and done. Don't include me in your silent game. Because you ain't going to like the ending of it. I'm telling you, baby. They ain't going to like the ending of it. And I would sit right there and have such a cackle, child. Anywho, we have obsessive love in here. And this is why some people tend to become very obsessive because they can't figure you out. They're upset and they're scared and also paranoid that you figured them out through their silence, but they can't figure you out through yours. Big difference. That's why I keep saying your silence is completely different than theirs. The third parties ain't working. The group of people ain't working. The community of fools aren't working. Nothing's working. They broke their silence to tell other people in so many words that they're guilty in regards to what they have done towards you. That's why other people are watching you so closely based on what that person said, but their silence was broken by you and they can't handle it. So these group of fools or group of CUNTs, I like to call them, watching you closely, trying to comb through your life, trying to snapshot anything they see online. Oh, look at that picture. Oh, look, this little line right there. I got to snapshot that. They zooming in close to your face. Like they're doing anything, everything possible because you destroyed their silence. Well, then don't play silent games. It's that simple. Don't play silent games. We got fake flexing. And the more they spill in regards to their silence being broken, the more people see that they have been fake flexing since day one. Yes. Thank y'all for the gifts. I appreciate you. All right, let's see what else. Someone's eating pumpkin seeds. Or you're roasting your own pumpkin seeds. Something with pumpkin seeds, okay? Very strong pumpkin seeds. Yeah, they're played out. They are. They played out like the Atari. Yeah, they played out like those old arcade games that need quarters to start. Most arcade games, you can't use quarters anymore. You probably got to get some kind of like a digital card or add a credit card or a debit card or something like that. Yeah, they're played out like old arcade games. They are. They use the same old redundant tactics and methods and tools over and over and over again. And over time, it just gets so goddamn boring and tiring, to be honest. It truly do. You made this person break out of their silence and destroy themselves. That's what you did. Good. So specifically, if you are dating, if you're not, just hear me out, okay? Specifically, if you are dating or you're wanting to date or you just want to meet a new person, a friend, just take it how it resonates. Pay attention to the silent games that these nasty heifers like to play with you. Let's say you meet somebody today. This is just an example. You meet somebody today and then they go ghost 3-4 days, maybe a week later, a month later. Oh, hey, I was busy. Or, hey, no, they weren't. They were trying to see how far they can go to get you entrapped into the silent game, because that's mainly and mostly what people have are games. specifically mental games. And they come towards individuals like you that are very strong-minded or have a strong head on their shoulders to see if they can break you down. Your mind is your strength, not your weakness. And they see that. And they want to break down your strongest points of who you are to destroy you, which is your mind. And don't allow anyone that plays silent games with you attempt to get within you to destroy your mind, because they need an invitation or access point to your strong mind to destroy your strong mind. A weak person utilizing silent tactics or silence as a tactic to infiltrate your strong mind, to get inside of your strong mind, and then start to wear you down in your strong mind. Hell nah. Hell nah. Absolutely not. That's why they need you involved for this to be successful, because they need an interest within you or towards you to get inside of you to destroy your mind silently. No. And if they were successful, yeah, I hit the jackpot. Yes. Yeah. And this is how they feel. And once they realize that they have been successful to infiltrate your mind, baby, they're going to cause havoc in it. They're going to wreak havoc. Oh, you ain't this, and you'll never be this, and nobody wants you. And then they start to break you down psychologically to the point where you lose your mind, you go insane, or you get very, very, very ill, or very, very, very sick. It's a sick, twisted, insidious game that these fools play. That's what they play with you. And then want you to kiss their behind because they become silent and just leave you alone. It's like a science project or an experiment. They're like a mad scientist. They do all these things. They concoct all these things towards you in your mind, and then they just poof, be gone. They become silent, and then they just kind of watch you quietly to see if their game is working. They ain't gonna say anything. You texting them, you calling them, you reaching out to them. Hey, is everything okay? Hey, you okay? I'm just reaching out to you to make sure you're fine. And you have good intentions when you do that, you know? But you can't do that with everybody, specifically people that play silent games. So they continuously sit back and watch you to see if their game is working, and they want you to be in a position in life where now you're kissing their behind. Someone so strong-minded like yourself, someone that is truly aware of themselves, they want you to not be aware of yourself, and they want you to break down yourself or lessen your worth of self to kiss their behind. And the moment that it is successful, that you kiss their behind, now they feel like that they're the smart one. Now they feel like that they're smarter than you. Now they feel like that they're much stronger than you. Hell nah. Hell nah. Dirt digging. If you kiss their behind, they can dig more dirt surrounding your mind, because you keep coming back for more and keep coming back for more and keep trying to over-explain and overextend and overcompensate. Yeah, and when you overcompensate, you're draining your energy, you're draining your mind, you're draining your brilliance, you're draining your intelligence, you're draining your smarts into them. So it's really like a swap that they're trying to do, because they have to prove to themselves, not only themselves and their sick, twisted mind, but they have to prove to other people that you're not as strong as you claim to be. But you don't claim to be strong. The action shows, your energy shows just how strong you are, or the strength that you carry within yourself or that you embody within yourself. And they don't like that about you because you intimidate them too much. Whether you are a man or a woman, it doesn't matter. Make it however resonates. But they don't like the fact that you come off as stronger than them. They don't like the fact that you intimidate them and that you can see past them. So they have to prove a point to themselves and the other group of CUNTs that they come together to whatever they do, congregate and all that other foolish things here to prove to you that you are played out, and you're not. You're not played out. Some even go the extra mile and ensure they add you or get you connected to bad habits. They get you addicted to bad habits. Paraphernalia, lacing your 420 with certain things, overconsumption of inebriation, things of that nature. Because your mind too goddamn strong. Why don't you have a drink with me? Come sit down. I'm good. I don't want to have a drink. Oh, you too good to have a drink with me? Or you're a goody two-shoes. And these are things that they say. These are things that they say. They know it's going to be a hard task. And they're putting themselves or they're placing themselves up to beat this hard task, meaning you or your mind, to prove that they can beat you. This is all what they're doing. So when you say, no, hey, I don't want to drink, then they may try to put something in your drink. Hey, I don't want to smoke. Well, then, they may put, They may put something in your food. They will try to find many different loopholes just to prove to themselves that they are stronger than you. And those type of tactics that they do, they're not. That's a weak-minded coward. They have to do things behind your back because you told them no, or because you saw them for who they are. And they don't like the fact that you could 100% see them as such. A coward, a weakling, a weak-minded individual. So now you're in a space, or soon to be in a space, where you are unbothered. And they don't like that. They don't like the fact that you're healing and you're doing well for yourself, or soon to be doing well for yourself, because it does not include them. Yes, Goddess Queen states on YouTube, never eat or drink from others. 100% agreed. That's the honest truth. For many different reasons, of course, but she is correct. You can't eat from everybody. I'm talking about potlucks, company dinners, shoot, sometimes going out to eat. Friends inviting you over, so-called friends, hell, family too. You can't eat from everybody. Now I'll cook my own food. Now I'll cook my own good plates of food. No, I'm good. I'll take my time and cook my food. So when one thing don't work, they're going to try a loophole, and they're going to cut through that loophole to successfully try to break you down. And that's subtleties too. That's a message, and that's a sign. So when that subtlety comes up, that intuition dings, or your discernment bings, it goes off. Something not right here. You said what? I didn't say anything. Yeah, you did. You said such and such, ABC 1, 2, 3, X, Y, Z. I didn't say that. I said DGHRK Day or 49821, and don't make sense. Their explanations never make sense. You make sense. You call them out specifically on the thing that they said directly towards them, and now they're freeze up. Oh, I never said that. Looking like Edgar off of the Men in Black. So Now they try to creep on you because it's like, how'd you find that out? The subtleties that they gave to you. Hey, why don't you have a drink with me? Nah, I don't drink. You don't drink? Oh, you think you too good to drink? Da, da, da. You ain't never say anything like that. But this is how they're perceiving you. Oh, you gonna take a drink with me. So now they're like, okay, all right, cool. You want some juice or some water or something? Yeah, I'll take a juice. All right. And then they behind your back, putting stuff and tampering with your juice. Here you go. No, hell nah, I'm good. I'm good. No, I'm good. Hell nah. Where's that other? Is this one here? Tell me about the dirty offer. Dirty offer. The subtlety in that is when you said no, they may have fought you at one point in time. Sometimes they don't fight you, but they will still utilize the sign of the subtlety to still get you where they need to get you. And then they will do whatever it is that they're trying to do. So the dirty offer here, yeah, was solitude, silence. That was their dirty offer towards you. But people don't tend to see silence as a form of a dirty offer. They don't. Some people want to know why another person went silent on them. Why? That's for your protection. The hell, that's for your safety. If another person goes silent on you, it's not always the case, of course. I'll put it this way. If a person is guilty in regards to what they're trying to do towards you and they go silent, that's for your best interest. Yes, it is. That's a blessing in disguise. That is protection for you. And the protection there is that something happened, or maybe you said something and you may have called them out, or maybe you started to walk differently, talk differently, or maybe act differently, however it resonates. But you're realizing that something wasn't right, and they realize that something's not right, so they pull back. That's one way, of course. Tell me about the rejection. Someone's eating Nutella. Nutella. Yes, they do. So Ivy states on Instagram, and they have strong stereotypes and discrimination attitude and behaviors. 100% correct. Because of the limited mindset or the limited perception that they perceive in the world, they already assume that that's how you act. But again, that's how they perceive you in their mind. They already had a preconceived notion surrounding the stereotype or the discrimination in regards to how they thought or feel you should act or react. And when you don't fall into the script or fall into the line in regards to how they already preconceived you, well, then they have to step it up a notch to prove to you that what they think and how they perceive you in their warped, insidious mind, that the thing that they're doing towards you is 100% justified. So yes, thank you for that comment. Okay, rejection. Journey is in reverse. They cannot move forward with you. They cannot, and they know this. They knew that the only way that they can stick close to you is through silence. Yeah, that was the only way they thought that they can stick with you. But you reject not only them, you reject their silence too. So they're stuck in the same place with their silence, or hell, it's not silence anymore. It's broken, but you catch my drift. They're stuck in their journey. They can't move forward. Tell me about haunted. Come together. They are haunted by you because you refuse to come together with them. So this is why some, not all, may tend to pray. This is a pray. They may try to call you back in through like sex work, sex spells, or just spells in general. It could be projection. It could be word magic. It could be them actually going to someone to get you back, you know? They could go to a prophetess, a prophet, a warlock, a witch, however it resonates. So again, they have all these different tools in their bag to prove to you that they can keep you in a stuck position. But come together is in reverse, and they're haunted by the decisions not only that they made for themselves, but they're haunted by your decision because you refuse to come back together with them. Tell me about fake flexing. Fake flexing. Manifestation, which is what they manifested. That's what they manifested. That people see them exactly like that. They're the one that always bragging, oh yeah, I got money, and yeah, I got this. And I'm noticing, without putting that person, so there's someone that I've met cross paths, and this person is like really well off, but you can't tell that this person is really well off, and this person don't talk about anything until you're actually up close and having a conversation with them. That was something that I've realized, or differences between someone that is super wealthy versus someone that could be, we'll say, rich. This is my own personal point of view, my own personal perception. You may not agree with me, and that's okay. I'm just speaking from my personal experience. What I see perception-wise from my experience is that yes, wealth is silent. Rich is more so loud and out there. Then you have fake flexing. So I like to use not all, but these particular individuals that want to be rich comes off as fake flexing. They have to show everything. They have to prove everything. And again, wealth is not loud. It's not. Sometimes you can be talking to people and you don't even know that they're wealthy. But when you have the conversation with them, you be like, dang, oh, wow, that makes sense. So saying all that here, this is what they manifested. See, I didn't even realize. It say fake flexing, acts rich, flosses money, acts fancy. They act fancy. You don't act fancy. You embody it for whoever resonate. And then they show off. You don't show off. Your energy does it for you. You don't physically, hey, y'all, I'm here. Yeah, come look at me. Yeah, I'm dressed to the nines. Yeah, look. Yeah. And these type of individuals that tend to fake flex, they're the one that talk about your clothes, and they talk about your style, and they talk about your hair, and they talk about your face and your body, and etc. here. But they're the one out here that's 100% fake flexing. But this is what they manifested. And this is what people see. This is like a, how can I put that? This is a bottomless person. A bum. A bum. Shit, it's a bum. They have to prove to you that they're rich. Superficial, yes. Mansfield states on TikTok. Thank you. They're very superficial. 100%. I wanted to use another word, but I was like, yeah, I'm going to keep it. That's why I paused. I was like, yeah, let me don't say that. But yes, we can use superficial. Thank you. All right, tell me about the bad habits. Ooh, well, God darn it. This is textbook. I can't show the, all right, I'll put it this way, because it has paraphernalia stuff on there and I can't show it on TikTok. So look in the book. This is textbook narcissist is what it is. Textbook narcissism, bad habits, look in the book. And that's what they do. They pull all their old tricks and trades from a book. But it's an invisible book. The book is their mind. That's where the book comes from. That's where the pages come from. Their mind. You won't physically see a narcissist with a book. The book is in their mind. And they feel protected in the bosom of their book because you can never figure it out. Wrong again. That's where all the bad habits are anyways, is within their mind. And this is what they 100% execute with and from their mind. Tell me about Played Out. Yes, Cool Karma states on YouTube, well, if that's all they have, shoulder shrug. Yeah, if that's all they had, that's what brought them up, and that's what's going to bring them down. Tell me about Played Out. Music. So the music or the things that they were saying, because when someone speaks, sometimes it can come off as like music to your ears. And this person's music or this person's speech or this person's words are freaking played out. Nobody wants to hear it. Like, okay, whatever. You talked about the same thing over and over. Who cares? In that kind of way. Their music is not landing sweet to other people's ears. It's landing very distorted. Is landing very incoherent to others' ears. Tell me about the jackpot. So I Am Jerusalem states on YouTube, crazy why they just don't talk to me instead of all of that. Why would they talk to you? Let's be real here. Let's be 100% honest and real. Why would they talk to you when they can just do all of this? Talking to you will defeat the purpose when it comes to them. They don't have anything to say to you because you are so spot on in regards to what they have been doing towards you. What could they possibly say? They need to make an indentation or they need to make an imprint onto you to prove a point that you don't have power. So with them, it's more so less talking, but more action. But really the talking isn't within the action. That makes sense. They talk a lot, but the action that they do is pretty plain to see in regards to how they operate towards you guys. They don't want to talk to you because they know that if they talk to you, you're going to say something to them that they don't like. And they don't want to hear that. That's why they do it silently. That's what makes them feel much more powerful. I don't want to hear what the collective have to say. They always got something to say. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you've heard that before. Yeah, the collective always got something to say. I could never say anything to the collective. The collective don't listen to me, which breeds them or feeds their ego to continue to play this silent game with you. They don't want to hear it. And they're mad at you because you don't want to hear them. Why do you want to listen to someone that don't make sense? Make it make sense. They want you to take their advice, but their advice is very detrimental to your well-being. And they know this. So that's why they go silent and do their silent games. Tell me about the jackpot. Jackpot. Damn, that's a lot. I just want one. Jackpot, just one card. I said one card. All right, I got three. I just said one. Motivation, life, energy, magical blessings. All in reverse. Again, they thought they hit the jackpot with you. Yeah. Motivation, energy, what is it? Life, energy, and magical blessings. They thought that if they subdue you, that people will be more motivated to hang with them and to respect them and to revere them. They thought that if they broke you down, that they will receive more life energy or more time from other people. Because if other people see that that person brought you down successfully, more and more people are going to flock to them, i.e. giving them more energy of life, sizing them up, feeding their ego. You don't feed their ego. You're at this point, you're useless for them because you ain't giving them what they're looking for. So they have to find out other ways or other avenues or methods to get more time or life energy flown into them. Then we also have magical blessings too. These are all in reverse, of course. And they thought that if they would have successfully brought you down, that they would have been rewarded with some form of a blessing, because they do look at you as magical. Your mind is strong and fortified, 100%. And they think that is the most magical thing that they have ever encountered. The way that you speak, or the way that you think, or the way that you express yourself tends to come off as very magical for people that don't understand you or can't understand you. So because they can't understand you, they want to be like you. And because they want to be like you, but they really can't be like you, they have to do something to score the jackpot of who you truly are. If that makes sense, meaning emulating you, trying to mimic you, trying to copy you. But yet again, they've already had a preconceived notion in regards to how you should be reacting or how you should be in regards to how they perceived you prematurely. And yet again, because you did not succumb to their silent game, they didn't hit the jackpot. You are the jackpot. You are. You're doing your work. You're honest with self. You embody self-worth. You embodied you recognize yourself. You respect yourself, etc., etc. All the great qualities that make you you is going to make you look and feel like the jackpot, if that makes sense. So to them, energetic wise, you are a walking jackpot to them. The collective won't listen to me, so they don't feel motivated by you, because you don't give a damn in regards to what they're saying, because the things that they're saying, it doesn't make sense. They're like, man, get out of here with that weird stuff. What are you talking about? And that's how they sound, but they can't have other people perceive or see them in that way, so they go silent to play the silent game that they keep thinking in their warped, distorted, insidious mind that you would never discover or you would never figure out. So again, the next time somebody goes silent, baby, let them be. Let them people be. Let them go. Let them do what they need to do. But just know that in that silence, and if you know for a fact that they're doing something, again, insidious, or they're trying to do something harmful towards you, there are many ways to break that person's silence. It is. They're not expecting you to do it, which is the chef's kiss. They're not expecting you to pull a them on them. Going back to my notes. Life is subtle. Life is subtle. And yes, if you're not careful of the subtleties of life, you can miss the messages from the subtleties of life. Narcissistic fools are very subtle with mental games. Mental games are silent. You can't verbatim, you can't physically see the silent game. You may feel it. You can perceive it. It's a feeling, it's an emotion, but it's not a sight. It's not a physical sight, if that makes sense. So this is where they thought they had the upper hand, because you can't physically see with your two eyes in regards to the silent game, but you can see with your third eye. And your third eye, you may not see it verbatim on us, but that's also silent as well. So if you're sitting in meditation, if you are praying or whatever, however way you guys do your thing, and the messages are coming to you in silence, this is how you beat them. Whispers of wisdom to them feels like a threat, not guidance. It is a threat to them because they don't utilize silence in the same way that you utilize silence. You utilize silence to receive your information, your intel, your insight. They utilize silence to play a game. Y'all are not the same. Does that make sense? So, wisdom rarely arrives loud. It shows up in subtle realizations. Let me repeat that. Wisdom rarely arrives loud. It shows up in subtle realizations. Again, this is a subtle realization from a seed to this. This is the outcome of a gardener or a florist planting one seed. The subtleness is a distinction between point A and point B. Point A is the seed. Point A is the seed and point B is the outcome. But in between those 2 points, you're seeing the subtleties. Okay, you plant the seed, you walk away, you water it, you put sun and all that great things, and then a week time later, now you're seeing a sprout. But you can't verbatim sit down and watch a flower grow, or to watch a plant grow, or hell, to watch a tree grow. There's subtleties in everything, if that makes sense. So time passes, but as time passes, that is the message. Those are the signs. Those are the subtleties between point A and point B. Hopefully that makes sense. So that's how the narcissistic person did this towards you here. They subtly but silently played this game with you, not realizing that they left important pieces to the puzzle, and this is how you were able to beat them. This is why you're able to find the balance, and they can't stand it. Oh, man. But that's what it is. Go back to my notes. If you learn something silently, grow internally, or shift your perception, shifting your perception is a silent but subtle thing. Growing internally is a subtle but silent thing. So without announcing it, if you don't announce it, it's silence, but it's subtly, if that makes sense. They lose their ability to steer or to drive your reaction. There's nothing to drive if you're quiet, if that makes sense. So they depend on visible moves, not inner awakening. They never thought that you were going to awaken because, again, they utilized their silence for something completely different, for games. Does that make sense? And please let me know so I'll break it down for you, okay? Let me know. But does it make sense, honestly? Let me drink some water. Okay, perfect. All right, perfect. Perfect. All right, tell me about kissing behind. What's that? Kissing behind. Tree wisdom. So tree wisdom is upright, and they wanted you to kiss their behind. So a plant or a seed was planted within you, and you gained wisdom. So you started to grow. You started to thrive, and you started to grow. The seed that was planted within you from them was, we'll say, I don't want to say confusion, more so like an aha moment. A seed was planted within you that gave you an aha moment, and it put you in a place where you started to grow internally. I'll give you an example. If you ever watch a documentary or a TV show, or maybe you've just been around someone that may have cut down a tree. But if you cut down the middle part of the internal part of the tree, you can actually see the tree rings surrounding that actual tree. And those tree rings, even though it's subtle, it still gives a lot of ample history surrounding the growth of the tree. If that makes sense, like the inner parts of the tree, we're going to consider you as that, or I'm going to consider you as such. The wisdom within self, it grows. So again, a seed was planted within you, and something had a moment, an effect, a positive effect, to where you started to grow. You was like, ah, that makes sense. And because it made sense to you, the more it made sense to you, the more you grew. This is how you gathered your wisdom. So you're not kissing their behind, and they're like, why the collective not running after me? The collective's not, I don't know what's going on. So with that being said, tell me about dirt digging here. Now they're trying to find something that they lost, which was you. They lost you. So now they're dirt digging to find things about you again to bring you back towards them. And you're like, nah, the mirror's broken. Tell me about obsessive lover. They're only trying to lure you back in to keep you in this silent game. And once the game is out in the open, you will never go back to it. So the next time somebody tells you, oh, they will never believe you, people think that you're delusional. You're not. Hear me and hear me well. They're playing a silent game with you. That's what they're doing. Oh, you're delusional. You're dead. Okay, whatever. And they expect for you to lash out because you can't prove it, but you can. They just gave you the blueprint. They just gave you the answer right there. Oh, you playing a silent game. Okay, Heifer, I see you. Anything they can to discredit you from what they're doing towards or what they have done towards you. Anywho, we have obsessive lover and wisdom. So now they're watching you closely or very close, or they're playing it close, and they're becoming overly obsessive with you because they don't have any insight or intel or any information in regards to what you're doing. They don't know. And your silence is very deafening to them. It's very hurtful to them, and they can't handle that. That's why they broke their silence. That's why the game broke. That's why the game was destroyed, if that makes sense. Tell me about creeping and then unbothered. Moderation is in reverse. They hate that you are unbothered. They hate it. So moderation is in reverse. They're going full throttle. And because they're going full throttle in regards to what they have done, they're played out. They played themselves. They destroyed themselves. They ran out of energy. They ran out of time. They ran out of explanation because they full throttled it. Oh, you're going to come back to me and I'm going to do this to you and I'm going to do that. You're like, get the fuck out of here. You ain't going to do a goddamn thing. Half if that makes sense. They ain't going to do a goddamn thing to you. They want you to believe that, if that makes sense. Again, a psychological, mental, silent game is what they're playing. And if you are fully aware as to how they play this game, you won't be caught in this game. This goes for love games. This goes for friendships. Hell, this goes for co-workers too. Because sometimes when you're at a job and let's say you just got hired at a new position and your supervisor don't like you for whatever reason. Maybe your credentials are a little bit higher than theirs. It happens. And they realize this. Maybe they went through your portfolio or your profile and they start to kind of like comb through and see what you got, right? So they're like, yeah, they don't like you. So now they're trying to make, because they already have a preconceived notion about you. Now they're going to try to get you out of the job or out of the space or so. They become very obsessive because, again, this is also silent. So now they're going to try to pour all of this work onto you, but you just started the job. And you tell them, well, hey, I didn't learn how to do the job yet. I haven't had my time to fulfill for, practice or training. Oh, you don't need that, and they'll do things silently to get you to be disproven that they're doing something harmful towards you. So this information is not just for a love connection. It could be for friends. It could be for family. It could be for coworkers. It could be for jobs. Anybody that has a toxic something going on with them, this information can apply to that. Okay? So far, we have Leo. You could be a Leo. They could be a Leo. However it resonates, you could be a Gemini. They could be a Gemini. You could be however it resonates. Okay? We have Capricorn. You could be a Capricorn. They could be a Capricorn. However it resonates. We have Virgo. You could be a Virgo. They could be a Virgo. We have Libra. You could be a Libra. They could be a Libra. However it resonates. So thank you for saying that. So the Shine Project states on YouTube, they are remedial to believe this. Again, seeing is believing. And because it's silent, they're the only one that could see it. That's why they feel so successful with it. No one knows. No one has concrete physical evidence of what they're doing. But because seeing is believing and they are seeing what they're doing to other people, they believe it. They believe it works. They believe it's going to be successful because they're the only one that is aware in regards to what they're doing. So take that how that resonates. Libra, Capricorn, Scorpio, Aquarius, Cancer, Taurus, Pisces, Gemini. So if that resonates, please like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Don't forget to grab this copy of this book here, Wisdom Beyond Wounds, readily available for purchase on Amazon. Go to Amazon and type in this title, Wisdom Beyond Wounds. You're going to see it. Type it in, you'll see it. You'll see my other publications as well. You can join the Wisdom Beyond Wounds group on Facebook. That is a community that I am steadily growing in regards to helping you guys get back to your true nature, your true authentic self. Because again, you are here to thrive. You're not here to survive. You're not here to play anybody's games, period. And if you would like to join the workshop, it is a 4-week intensive one-on-one or more so intimate setting surrounding the Wisdom Beyond Wounds, where we dive even deeper and further into the contents or the topics of this book here. So you have many different options available to you. Use the one that best suits you. And yeah, that's all I have for you today. Go out there and be great. You are great. Let me give you some flowers. Flowers, 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 flowers. Go out there, be great. Go out there, fulfill your purpose. This is what you came here for, to thrive, to succeed, to be happy, to be healthy, all those great things that make you you. All right, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Bye. See y'all later. Thank you, TikTok. I love you. Thank y'all, YouTube.